I remember the days, the weeks, the months, yes, and even the years where I would see my trading account go to zero constantly, where I would have no withdrawals or no payouts, where I would be losing year after year and would never see trading results. As far as the profitable side, I was actually not successful at it. But here today in my time, I am now profitable as a trader and have been consistent in trading. And I also found a system that works for me, and I hope to pass this system on to you so you can become a profitable trader as well. So please stay tuned. I'm telling you guys, you do not want to miss what I have for you. Trading is hard and difficult, but it's all about simplifying the system to where we as traders can make money easier. So let's get right into it. So the first thing that is very important that I think people really miss is trading psychology. Okay, it's very important that you definitely have a awareness of self-control. And the reason why I say this, I remember a time where I would lose a trade, and after that very big loss or even a small loss, I will begin to chase the markets. Now, the question is, why would I chase the markets if I am losing? And the reason for that is because I cannot accept a loss, right? So I noticed that I did not have my trading psychology in place. My emotions were everywhere. And there's some steps. There's 5 things that I'm going to teach you that I believe is very important that every single trader needs to master in order to become a successful and profitable trader. And number 1 is you need to be disciplined, okay? And this is under the umbrella of trading psychology. If you cannot discipline yourself to wait for a trade, if you can't discipline yourself to not chase the markets even after a loss, and even if you win a trade, if you cannot learn how to be disciplined, then everything goes out of the window because your emotions are everywhere. You won't think properly when you need to be in a self-controlled environment where the environment that you're trading in is very volatile. Because in trading, your emotions go everywhere because you are not thinking correctly when it comes to money. A lot of people want to get rich real fast, and everybody thinks that trading Forex is something that you just, let's hurry up and make this money so we can quit our job and do whatever we want. But they're not looking at the business aspect of it, okay? You have to be disciplined. You have to make sure that your emotions are under self-control. And honestly, you should discipline yourself if you do not have self-control in the markets. If you see yourself constantly, time and time again, losing trades, not just because you lost a trade, but because you keep doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing after you won a trade or even lost a trade, then that should tell you you need to stop trading and maybe come up with a discipline for yourself, right? Maybe say, hey, for a whole week, I can't eat sugar, right? Or I have to do 10 push-ups every time I mess up, right? Now, this is optional. I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm just saying do something that can help you get into a groove of making good decisions and keeping healthy habits, which is discipline, okay? So discipline is a key factor. Discipline is going to take you long and far, while not being disciplined and not having a good emotion of self-control is actually going to put you more in a depth of trouble when it comes to trading. All right. So number 2 is risk management. Why is risk management so important? Well, I'm going to give you an example. The reason why risk management is so important. I remember a time when I was trying to flip my account. And even though I said, hey, I want trading to be sustainable, I want the strategy that I'm using to work, but at the same time, I was over leveraging and I was risking more than I was willing to lose. And every single time I got stopped out, I would get mad. I would kind of crash out on myself, tell myself, why did I take that trade? Why did I risk this much? And not only did it happen once, but it repetitively continued to happen. And I remember seeing my account go to zero. I remember blowing my account multiple times because I kept over leveraging. And especially when you're trying to revenge trade after taking losses, right? So the number one thing, above all, including discipline, your risk management must be on point. If you do not have risk management, if you're always risking more than you're willing to lose, then you're putting yourself in a danger zone. You're putting yourself in a position where your capital will not be protected. You can't be wanting to grow an account if you're constantly trying to blow the whole thing, right? Trading is a compounding game. Trading is a business. We look at trading as a business to where we're making smart decisions, okay? So the secret way that I make money, and this is the reason why risk management is so important, but also a reason why win rate does not matter, all right? Because you can lose a lot of times and still be ahead of the curve and profit because you decided to risk small and win big, okay? So typically when I lose a trade, I stop for the day. I lose very small, and then usually the next day or two, if I win, my wins are twice as larger than my losses. So that's going to put you ahead of the game because your trading account is going to begin to compound, all right? It's going to begin to grow, right? But people want to skip over the risk management because they want to get money faster. I'm telling you, it just goes back to discipline. Risk management and discipline goes hand in hand. You have to have these two things because self-control is important, but knowing how to risk your business the right way is going to put you in a position where you're making money, okay? So once that happened for me, I started seeing the trading results coming in. I started seeing the money coming in really fast and really easy. And even when my days weren't good, I knew that when I had good days, it was going to outweigh my losses. So remember, your risk management is very important because your winners will outweigh your losses, okay? So risk management and discipline, please, please, guys, master that because that is definitely probably the top thing that you need to master. Okay, so number 3. I stress this point out a lot because I do not think that a lot of people really understand how important this is. Your strategy, okay? So strategy matters because if you don't have a strategy and you're just all over the place in the market, then you don't have a direction, okay? Now, I did hear before that somebody told me before you have a direction, you must make a decision on how you want to go about things, right? And don't have a direction before you make a decision, which is true. I know it's counterintuitive, it's sound, but it's true. If you don't have a strategy, right? If you don't have a strategy and you're just chasing in the direction of whatever the market is doing, then you're going to be all over the place, which opens up your capital to be at risk, okay? So make sure that you have a strategy that is a winning strategy, that is great for your trading plan, which we're going to get into next. A strategy that's going to fit your personality to where, you know, you can wake up and you can trade during the session, okay? Not a strategy that you don't like, not a strategy that your mentor told you and you're like, oh, I don't really like the strategy, but I feel like you got to do it. No, find a strategy that works for you, that you're comfortable with, because it's just like me as a sports or an athlete. If I am prepping for a game, I need a strategy. Why? You need a strategy. You need a strategy so you can defeat your opponent, okay? So if you really want to slay in the markets, find one strategy that's really good for you, that's going to be within your personality, but also find a strategy that you can stick to throughout your whole trading career. Now, some people say, hey, can I have multiple strategies? Absolutely. I have multiple strategies. I trade supply and demand, and I also trade breakouts. Okay, so it's okay if you have a backup strategy. My breakouts is my backup strategy. Sometimes I do liquidity grabs, and my main strategy is supply and demand. And the reason why I'm stressing this to you guys is because once you master one strategy, if you want to have a backup strategy, you can actually add that to your trading plan, and you can see how you can multiply your investments. It doesn't mean that you're gonna make more money, but just saying, like, if your first strategy doesn't present a setup like you want to, then you can look at another strategy and you can definitely make more money that way if it presents a setup. So definitely have a good strategy, okay? So be disciplined. Use proper risk management, have a great strategy. And the next one is number 4 is have a trading plan. I cannot stress this so many times. I've said this in so many of my previous video on how a trading plan is so important. Okay, so what I mean by trading plan, my definition of trading plan is you follow the trading plan. You have a trading system that you follow to keep yourself from blowing money, to keep yourself disciplined, to keep yourself in using proper risk management, and to also know what time zone you're in, what trading session you're going to be in, so you don't be in every single session trying to make money in every single session. That's just not going to work. You want to be disciplined. You want to stay in this one lane, so that way you know exactly where you're going, right? So the trading plan, right? How much are you willing to, risk per trade? What session are you trading? Also, what session should you stay away from, and what session you're not going to actually trade in? What's also very important, and people I think miss this a lot too, is your trade setups really matter, right? So if you're seeing trade setups that you usually do not take, but you're going to take anyways just because of the sake of the market looking so good, and you end up losing, then you just broke your trading plan. You got to stick with a trading plan that is right for you, a trading plan that's going to get you ahead of the curve. The trading plan is to help you stay focused, to help you stay disciplined, to help you use proper risk management, to help you make money and profit. This is all about us being great traders and treating our trading like a business. And we are not in this business to gamble, okay? Gamblers don't make it really far, okay? Go watch people gamble all their money away in casinos and, sports betting. And, like, I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of people lose money when in reality, if they just use proper risk management and follow the trading plan, then they can actually scale their profits. So make sure you have a trading plan to put you in direction. I'm not saying trading goals. I think trading goals and trading plans is a little different. Trading plan is just putting you in a position where it's going to keep you disciplined so you don't break your rules or break any particular systems. The last thing I want to mention is back test. Oh my gosh, back testing is so crucial. And after I speak about this back testing, I'm going to speak a little bit about my journey that this system has made me profitable, okay? So why is back testing so important, right? Though back testing does not equal future results, back testing is important. And the reason for this being, I'm going to give you an example from me. I remember going onto the computer, pulling up my charts and back testing. And I'm like, man, I see the market winning here. I see the market doing this here. I see how the structure is breaking clean. I see where I could have got in right there. Not only did it help me see the setups that I want to see, it also helped me see the setups I shouldn't be taking. So people, a lot of times when they back test, they're like, oh, I want to see the winning setups, right? And that's the setups I'm going to take. But they also see the losing setups and just skip over that and don't care for not seeing that in the future. And the reason why that is very important, because if I see a setup that I saw back testing that I know is probably a dangerous setup to take, why would I take that setup just because I want more money, right? Or just because it may be a winner? No, I'm avoid that setup. So back testing helps you to see what you really want to take, the trade setups that you really want to take, and the trade setups that you should not take. Sometimes the back testing will actually help you realize what sessions are best as well. Like I trade New York session, I realize supply and demand and breakouts are the best during New York session because for me is personally more volatile for the pairs I traded, which is gold, and versus London is like is all over the place. Like it's just not clear to me. So I stick with New York session because I just feel like it's just the best time for me to trade because as much as I back test, I've seen more wins in New York session than I have in London session. Okay, so that's key and that's very important. But you guys need a forward test. You guys need a live test as well. It's very crucial that you live test. So, or I can say forward testing. So that way, if you do lose, right, you say, okay, why did I lose? Like, examine that loss and see what you could have done differently. If you was doing everything you could have done, and you did it right, hey, a loss is a loss. You're going to lose in this game. But if you realize, oh, I didn't wait for this candle to break. Oh, I didn't wait for the retest. I got in too early. Then you'll see how much more, not only smarter you will be when it comes to taking trades, but you'll be more patient as well. Patience is the name of the game when it comes to trading as well. Patient is so crucial. You must be patient and wait on the great setups. Don't wait on these mediocre setups and be like, oh, you know, the market is spiking here, there, and it's hitting resistance and hitting support. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to still take a trade anyways. No, that's a no-no. Don't do that. You know not to do that, but you're doing it anyways because you're greedy, okay? So you need to kill that. So make sure when you're live testing, test out your wins. Also say, hey, why did I just win? I want to take more trades like this for this win. Then forward test that as well. So with that being said, so make sure that you're using proper risk management. Make sure you're disciplined. Make sure you're using sticking to your trading plan, your forward testing, your live testing, and make sure that you have a good strategy that suits you, because if you don't have a strategy that suits you, then you're just going to be all over the place, quite frankly, okay? So finally, in conclusion, I think it's just very important for me to talk a little bit about my journey before I end this video. This system really helped me profit, and the reason for this being is I just stick to the system, and it helped me become more patient. It helped me become disciplined. I wasn't being greedy. Like, it really weeded out the greed in me, because at the time I wasn't following my trading plan. I thought I didn't need a trading plan. I became very greedy. I wanted more money. I will win a trade. I want more, and I'll give my money right back to the markets. I'll trade FOMC and news, and I'll try to like risk it for the biscuit. And I just realized, like, why? I remember one time I took $1,000 to $4,000 less than a month, and then I blew it all on Donald Trump's speech, which, even though I was still in the right direction, I kept chopping out because I was afraid that the market was going to go in the opposite direction of mine. And every time I chop out, get it back in, I'll chop out, get it back in, and then I kept doing that the whole next week and so on. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, all my money is gone. And the reason for that being is because I was greedy. I was trying to get money way too fast, and I wasn't following my trading system. So last month, I was like, you know, I'm making these withdrawals. I'm making $1,000 withdrawals. And I'm like, man, cool. But I just lost this 4K account. And I told myself, I'm going to reinvest this 1K account. And the reason why I said it is because I stopped trading prop firms. And the reason for that being is I got a prop firm. I passed a 100K account. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, you violated this little rule. And I just looked at them like, okay, whatever. That's crazy. But they refunded me, which is cool. And after they refunded me, I was like, you know what? If I'm doing this good, why not just trade my live funds, right? And yeah, I could trade way more than $1,000, but I'm not about to put a lot more money into my trading account until I can prove to myself that I can make money without trading prop firms, okay? Put the 1K in, I'm down to $200. And I'm like, man, what is going on? I know I can trade. Well, the thing is, I wasn't being patient. I was actually over leveraging, and I was trying to flip my account way too fast. Well, I told myself, okay, if you're a great trader, if you're good at what you do, you can literally take this $200 back up to $1,000 and plus some. So literally that whole month I focused on trading like real hard. I followed my system. I took $200 all the way back up to $1,000 plus $500. So I made it well over $1,000, and I'm back up to $1,500, heading on to $1,600. So what does this say about trading system? The trading system that I just presented to you is all you need to become successful. You don't need a high win rate strategy. You don't need, a super big account. You don't even need prop firms. I'm just going to be honest. You guys can see that these prop firms are given all these rules. These prop firms are given all these, barriers for you to make money. Now, if you are trading prop firm right now and you're doing pretty well, congrats to you. But I think there's only like 3 or 4% of people who trade prop firms who are really actually doing good and getting consistent payouts. Like for me, I feel like the live route is the way to go. The money that you could be making, the money that you were making that is not really money in the phase 1 and phase 2, you could be making on your live account. As long as you have discipline, as long as you have risk management, as long as you have a trading system that works for you, trading strategy, your technicals, your fundamentals, everything aligns, guys. And I'm telling you, you could take $100 to $100,000 within probably 4 or 5 years, probably less than that. So I hope this video was definitely helpful for you. One thing that I do want to encourage everybody who is watching this video is to take time, sit down, evaluate and examine where you are as a trader. Are you literally following a trading system, or are you really skipping a lot of steps and you're hurting yourself? If you really want to become a successful trader, trust and believe, you definitely want to follow these steps because it's helping for me right now. I've only, out of this whole half of this month, I could say within 3 weeks, I've only lost 3 or 4 times, and the rest of those I've won about 10 or so times. And that's all because I've been following this trading system. And you have to realize that my losses have been very small. So these profits I'll be looking at, I'm very happy. So I'm no longer a loser. I'm a winner, and I know you can be a winner. The last thing I want to say, guys, stay tuned because I am coming up with a trading course that's definitely going to take you guys to the next level. It's definitely going to transform you as a trader, especially for those who are serious with changing their life. This is for people who say, you know what, I want to do this right. I want to take my trading serious, and I'm going to treat it like a business. So for YouTube purposes, if you definitely like this video, please like this video, as it'll definitely help the algorithm, especially for those who are looking for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.